Emergency Center Orange present the 409 Sports Blitz on 12 News.
Hello and welcome to the 409 Sports Blitz. It is an exciting night. District championships are on the line, playoff spots all over the place, and our game of the week, it was a classic.
You couldn't have asked for a better game. Back and forth, comebacks, pretty much everything you could ask for in a district championship.
And in case you're not on social media, you probably don't know who won this game, so let's get right to the highlights. Vidor, Lumberton, the 409 Sports Blitz game of the week. These two teams coming into this one looking to win a share of the district title at least. LCM's game also having something to do with this one, pick things up. And Lumberton is slinging the ball, deep ball over the middle. That is Lucas Powell to Brady Fusilier, 36-yard touchdown at 7-0. But here comes that slot T Mafia. Elijah Simmons, he is staying in bounds and is in the end zone. Great balance there. We are all square at 7 apiece. But Lumberton, they would go back to the air, my friend. Powell, I'm telling you, especially that first half, he was slinging the rock all over the place. Finds Cade Harmon, and Harmon's making some moves, and it's a first down for the Raiders. Later on in the drive, Powell, guess what, going back to the air, and it's Fusilier in the back corner of the end zone, over the shoulder grab, 28 yards, 13-7. The extra point was not good. Keep that in mind. But here comes Vidor, and it looked like they were about to take the lead at this point. Dilly getting into the end zone, but this play was actually called back. Vidor would not get any points on the possession, and you're thinking, oh no, would Lumberton have a knockout blow? Powell to Trey Kirsch, and it's a 43-yard touchdown and a 27 lead. Now, Lumberton would take a 27-7 lead overall, but this is late in the game. 27-20, Vidor with the ball. You know what? It tricked me and the Lumberton defense. Lane Wilhelm taking it to the house, extra point good. Vidor has won a district championship, 28-27. LCM also winning 41-7, so it's technically a co-district championship, but Vidor is the #1 playoff seed. That's right. Joining us right now is the head coach, Jeff Matthews. When he saw the scoreboard, he threw up the number one. The number one, right? So
number one, baby. Number one.
Co on paper, but you won head-to-head, and you're going against
number one. That's right. Number one. That's number one. Congratulations to Little Cypress, but we're going to take the #1 seed and be happy to have it.
Now, tonight, I mean, what an insane game. You had that one touchdown called back. Some questionable, I don't know, timekeeping at the end of the first half we won't get into too much.
Stadium. Yeah.
Home stadium. You lost a few seconds there at the 1-yard line, but your team goes down right off the bat in the second half, down 20 points. They could have folded the tents, but they didn't.
Man, I tell you what, they're never the biggest team on the field, but they play like giants. They're never the fastest team, but they always seem to be fast enough. They never stop. They never quit. It makes you proud to be their coach, and I'm just in awe of how much they fight and how much they overcome.
Well, Coach, you said it when you came over. It wasn't pretty, but you still get the win. You come from behind. I mean, the fans were loving it. How much did that add to the atmosphere, the fact that it was a close game?
You know, I tell you what, when you look back in the stand, you see them standing and cheering us on. LaPrays are making all the noises and doing the stuff. I love the LaPrays. It inspires our kids. It makes them play faster, makes them play harder, and they're just as much theirs as it was ours tonight.
So we're still, figuring things out across the state, but it looks like Chapel Hill in the first round.
Looks like Chapel Hill. Jeff Reard, my old buddy over there. It's going to be, I told him I'm 0 for 2. I need to try to even that up a little bit. I'm hoping we can do that next Friday.
And we hope to hear that playoff information sometime maybe in the next few hours.
I'm going to hook you up, Ashley.
All right.
You know I'm going to hook you up.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. Hey, go enjoy yourself.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Coach.
Y'all be safe.
Congrats.
And that is just one of the district titles being handed out tonight. Vidor definitely earning it, coming back from down 27-7. I mean, that's unbelievable to score 21 unanswered to win the title here on your home field.
And they go with the slot T Mafia. You're running the ball. It's not like you're throwing your way out of it. So just to trust your guns, to stick to the run game, and still be able to come back in the second half and win the game. Unbelievable stuff. Like Coach was saying, I mean, the crowd was just nuts. The PA guy firing everybody up. Mm-hmm. They were happy to see their Pirates win a district championship, and how could you not be, in such a great way? Now,
another district title was on the line. 9-5A Division I, Titan Tempo, Port Arthur Memorial, going on the road to take on Friendswood.
Love me some Titan Tempo. They would be up against it with Friendswood. And they were, taking the trip down. First play, going to be a fumble. Ball on the ground. Who can scoop it up? It's the big man, Christian Thomas, and he's headed the other way with it, able to get himself down towards the red zone. and just tripped up before he could get in for the score. So we'll see if the Titans can finish it off, but that's a great way to start the game. Some defense leading to offense. Those Titans, again, on the road, trying to make something happen. We go to Jamar Sanders, the direct snap, little quarterback draw. He's diving for it, and he's in for 6. Titans on the board first. Hands on the hips. You know Jamar is letting him hear it there in Friendswood. And we're sticking with the Titans. It's Jamar again. Actually, this one's Friendswood. They're getting back on the board, so they're evening things up a little bit. It's a battle going both ways. That one there, number 33. But later on in the game, it's Port Arthur on defense. They're going downfield, and it's Devon Davenport with the interception. Another turnover for Port Arthur there. They're getting those extra possessions, and we'll see if they can do anything with it. We saw Jamar earlier. Why not the running back, Adrian Hayward, coming up on the next play? He has been a beast for them as well. Yes, Jamar gets a lot of the highlights, but Adrian has also had some great plays. Turning on the Jets. Get out of my way. Into the secondary, and it is not easy to bring him down. He's carrying defenders with him across the goal line. And the Titans will see if they come out with this one on the road. It's another close one.
Wow.
But Friendswood, 28-27, they knock off the Titan tempo.
Upset alert right there, and the Titans are going to go into the playoffs as the number 2 seed out of 9-5A Division I. They've had some problems in the playoffs recently as the number 1 seed. Maybe it changes up. Maybe this is going to wake them up, and they're going to be fired up going into the playoffs.
Yeah, you never want to lose your final regular season game, but I've been saying it all year. That's probably one of my favorite teams to watch, the Port Arthur Memorial, and I have to think they're going to the playoffs. They're going to learn from their mistakes, and I think they're going to be just fine.
I think they'll be all right. Now, our big man there, Big Tex, James Grant, he is all the way over in Friendswood, and he witnessed the upset tonight as the Titans fall to Friendswood 28-27. James, man, what was happening out there?
Yeah, guys, I have to agree with y'all. I think the Titans are going to be just fine. Really a great season overall for Port Arthur Memorial. They finished 9-2 overall, 6-1 in district. Their only district loss here tonight in Friendswood. The Mustangs ended up pulling it out, coming all the way back. They were down the whole game to the Titans, but in the very end, their final drive there with a little under a minute left, they were able to go 95 yards and take the lead, and they would hang on there at the end, 28-27. But let's go back to the beginning. Quarterback Jamar Sanders, y'all were just talking about him there for Port Arthur Memorial. He put the Titans up early with 2 big rushing touchdowns. They were up 14-3 at one point there. And then the Titans defense really had some great plays as well tonight. You saw Devon Davenport there with that incredible circus catch there on the interception, and also defensive lineman Christian Thomas for Port Arthur Memorial had a huge fumble recovery and took it all the way back right before halftime, right near the Friendswood end zone, right into the red zone, deep into the red zone, set up another Jamar Sanders score there. And like I said, the Titans were up most of the game tonight. Friendswood there at the very end, pretty incredible comeback. I raced back out here onto the field after editing the highlights and got here just in time really to see it all go down. But Friendswood had the ball a little under 2 minutes left in the game. On their own 5-yard line, they were able to go 95 yards on that great Port Arthur Memorial defense, and that y'all talked about it. Caleb Corcoran, the big running back there for Friendswood, was able to push it through for the 2-point conversion after the Mustangs scored the touchdown there at the end, and they were able to go ahead and hold on there tonight. Now it looks like they'll be facing Angleton next week as they were able to win the district. Port Arthur Memorial, I saw Coach Brian Morgan there for the Titans talking to the Houston Hightower coaches there after the game. So it looks like, it appears at least, they'll be playing Fort Bend Hightower there next Friday in the first round of the playoffs. But like y'all said, great season for the Titans. It's not over. They're looking to make a deep playoff run, and I definitely think they will, especially behind quarterback Jamar Sanders. He's just been outstanding all year long. So we look forward to see how far they go in the playoffs, and definitely behind Titan tempo. So for now, Friendswood winning the district. They started the season 0-4, have won 6 straight. Really an amazing team there on the other side as well. They win it tonight, 28-27 over Port Arthur Memorial. Live in Friendswood. For now, James Grant, 409 Sports.
I appreciate it, James. Now, that would be interesting if they do play Fort Bend Hightower, because Hightower is who upset Memorial last time in the playoffs.
Oh, no. So there's some bad blood.
So a little rematch action there. Now, another team that was just trying to get into playoffs, talk about back from the dead, Beaumont United. the Timberwolves. They were taking on Goose Creek Memorial tonight on their home field. They earned the tiebreakers over A-Town Lee and Galveston Ball. So, hey, you win. You're in. Pick things up here. Beaumont United with the ball. And there goes that man. Big old run. And he's got this ball down inside the 10-yard line. Etienne Renfro. But they would have to settle for a field goal. It's 10-7. BU now all over that Patriot offense. Mason Duke is down. Third quarter, third and long for GCM. Duke's finding Brian Samuel, and he's going to take it 63 yards. Goose Creek Memorial went on top 14-10. They've had a very tough season. In fact, they were 1-8 and winless, by the way, in district play. So this would be an upset here. How about Beaumont United, though? They would respond. Martin swinging out to Mikkel Hockless, and that's a first down for the Timberwolves. Then Martin goes to Sir Zolikofer, and he's got himself a score, 17-14. BU on top. And as we go to the big board, Beaumont United has pulled it off, 24-14. They are going to the playoffs.
That's a great story right there.
Unbelievable.
Turning around the season. Love to see it from the Timberwolves, and we'll keep it rolling along here. Going to Nederland, the Bulldogs playing host to Crosby and the Cougars. And Crosby is number 10 in the state. This is not going to be an easy one for them. We started off with Siren Miles for the Cougars. He's going to go ahead and tuck this one down, take it for the first down, lower in the shoulder. That's good to keep the chains rolling, and we're just keeping it going here. Quincy Jones, the running back, getting it down inside the red zone. But Nederland defense able to get the stop. The ball gets coughed up there. Great stuff from the Bulldogs. So now we'll go to them on offense, and it's going to be Luke Broussard, the quarterback, getting in the shotgun. He's looking to Reeve Barrow. Nice catch there over the middle. Picks up the first down. That drive doesn't result in anything, though. So back to Crosby with the ball. And again, it's Siren Miles. This time he is going to let it fly. He's got James Londrigan for the first down. He gets the feet in bounds. But the defense for Nederland, again, holding strong. This another big gang tackle to stop that Crosby offense. But later on, the Crosby offense is able to get it done. One more pass from Miles, this time to Cameron Kirkwood. He's in for 6. And we're keeping things rolling now. We're going to the special teams, and that can win or lose you some football games. Got to have good special teams, so why not Preston Deserano? He's taking it from deep. He's toe tapping on the sideline to pick up a nice gain there. It would set up this next play for Broussard to Noah Kendrick over the middle. He's in for the score, so the Bulldogs not going down without a fight. And one final play to show you here before the half, the field goal, doink, and it's good.
Wow.
Go ahead and count it. 10-10 at the half. We go to see what the final is there in Nederland.
Dang.
Those Cougars just too much to handle for the Bulldogs.
And that's going to end Nederland's season right there. Unbelievable, effort by the Bulldogs out there to stay in it, but they come up short tonight. Now let's take a look at some other scores from that district that will decide a lot of things, including P&G. They roll on the road over the Santa Fe Indians 56-0, while the Stingarees of Texas City beat Barbers Hill 35-7. That means P&G grabs the number 3 seed into the playoffs, and they will avoid playing Fort Bend Marshall for about the billionth year in a row. Indians have a shot to get out of the first round. I believe they're lined up. They'll play at Galena Park in the first round. I'll get more info later on throughout the night. How about some other scores?
Jasper, the Bulldogs, 35-13 over Madisonville. We know that defense has been really strong. They could be a contender in the playoffs. You don't want to play the Bulldogs.
That's right, and that's going to be a team that's lined up, with this district over here in our Southeast Texas area, the West Orange and the, Orangeville district and all that. We're going to have to line up and see who the Bulldogs will be playing in the first round. Kuntz, they would rally. They were trailing to Warren, but they win it 27-13. The Lions are roaring into the playoffs. And speaking of roaring, how about Newton? It's just a machine up there. It's a machine.
They score 60 points every game, feels like.
That's right. 62-7, a ho-hum win for the Eagles. Another district title, perfect in district. And, they got a real chance of going to state.
That run game, that two-headed dragon.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable stuff.
I like it. Normally it's a two-headed monster, and you're like a two-headed
dragon.
I like that. Changing it up a little.
Let the fires roar.
Right now, it is time for our first time out here on the Blitz. But before we go, it's time to take a look at the 409 Sports Blitz Band of the Week. The Band of Bands, the Mighty Vidor Pirate Band.
Arr.
Gentlemen, the Band of Bands, the Mighty Pirate Marching Band. Corners for the band are Kaylee Clayton, Vanessa Davis, April Mahan, Kaylee McCoy, Bella Pruitt, and Christine Rogers. Band lieutenants are Kendall Bassinger, Cameron Collier, Hunter Davis.
Evadale Rebel cheerleaders, and you're watching the 409 Sports Blitz on 12 News.
And welcome back to the 409 Sports Blitz, where district championship, the playoff spots, all kind of craziness going on tonight. You want to talk about craziness? 10-3A Division I, where there could be a three-way tie for the district title. That's called a tri-champion.
Oh, yeah.
A tri-champion.
It's
You've
like
heard of co-champion?
Harry Potter.
Tri-champion.
The Tri-Wizard Cup.
I don't know. I have never watched Harry Potter.
Oh, you learn something new every day about Ashley.
I'm just not a Harry Potter fan. I'm getting a wow in my ear. Apparently that's a bad thing. I like the rides in Orlando, but okay. Anyway, back to football. We're getting sidetracked here. Yes, tonight, Anahuac traveling up to Woodville, trying to win a share of the district title. East Chambers already won last night, so they're lurking in the background. If Woodville loses, there's going to be a three-way tie for first. Pick things up here. Anahuac with the ball, and it's going to be picked off. Marcus Curiel going the other way. Reservation for 6. LeBron Miller is actually the man who picked it off. Pick 6 there. Touchdown for Woodville. Anahuac with the ball, and that's Landon Corbett. And this guy was a former 409 Sports Athlete of the Week. You see why before he is taken out of bounds. From there, Vegas Joe and that Anahuac offense. Yeah, he's calling the plays. He says, give the ball to Corbett.
Wow.
Greg Neese, and look at
explosive.
Corbett split the defenders, taking it into the end zone. We got ourselves a ball game. Woodville, you knew they would respond on their end, and they're going to. Jack Fowler, this guy can throw it around the yard. Going to find Raylon Williams. Look at that, in traffic. Big time first down inside the 25-yard line of the Panthers. Then Lloyd Evans from there takes the rock into the house. This game was going back and forth as we go to the final. This one came down to the wire. 37-31. Anahuac wins. We have tri-champions, Woodville, Anahuac. East Chambers tied for first. And by my math, East Chambers is going to get the number 1 spot. Now, I was doing some math in the break. You got to break down the games between those three. And I believe East Chambers is going to end up with the top spot based on points in games involving those 3 teams.
Testing your algebra skills, but
Not good. But also, we noticed the other game right there. Kirbyville did knock off Buna, but they needed to win by 16 points to get into the playoffs. So even though Kirbyville beats Buna, Buna is going to the playoffs as the number 4 seed.
becomes a math test. But for Anahuac, I mean, that's icing on the cake for a great season.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable to go into the playoffs. You got that momentum, and things are going to get interesting in the postseason. And, you know, Sapphire Cervantes, you know, she was at the World Series with me earlier this week seeing some crazy stuff. And now, she is there with Vegas Joe himself, Greg Neese. Take it away, Sapphire.
Yeah, so thankfully Coach Neese stopped the celebrations to come and talk to me. But, man, Coach, that was a great game. The boys fought really hard. And how does it feel being able to be part of that tri-champion trifecta thing going on here?
Well, that's something we talked about when I took the job 3 years ago. And, you know, we're trying to turn the program around. And, you know, I remember when Daryl Barbay was here 10, 11, 12 years ago. They won district championships back then. And, you know, that was just a dream for us, and just a great night for our kids and our community. And it was a heck of a football game. And to win the district championship, that means a lot for our program and for our seniors and for, you know, Anahuac football for years to come.
Things got a little dicey for y'all in the first, and wasn't looking too good. But, you know, you came back, and I definitely say fourth quarter, you came out hot. So,
right.
You know, was there ever a point where you thought, man, we may not have this?
No, early on, you know, we wanted to get a fast start, but it was kind of the opposite. We went down 10-0. We threw a little pick six. The ball got tipped up in the air, and they had all the momentum. But what I liked about our team and our coaching staff, nobody panicked, and there was a lot of calm on the sideline. And we just knew if we could get on the board, we could be within a one score. And we did. We kicked a field goal, made it 10-3. Then, you know, we ended up tying it. And then the fourth quarter, it was a heck of a. It was back and forth. It looked like we were going to win by 13 or 14 points, and then all of a sudden they strike in about 2 or 3 plays and cut it to within 6, and then we're fighting for our lives there at the end, and our defense came up and got the big sack with a fumble, and we got the ball, and then we iced the game.
All right, well, congratulations. We're going to actually go warm up because we cannot feel our toes, but back to you guys. Yeah, it's really cold.
Appreciate it, Sapphire. You know, don't worry because we can't feel our toes either.
Yeah,
out here. You know, I don't have the gloves on, but I could definitely use them later on. We're going to keep the highlight machine rolling. An Orange County rivalry. Bridge City at home against West Orange Stark.
I mean, those Mustangs, you're looking at favorites to make a deep run in the playoffs. Obviously, you're looking at West Orange Stark, 4th ranked in the state of Texas. They took the trip down to Bridge City. And here we go, Ethan Osagura for the Cardinals. He's dropping back, trying to make something happen, but he finds instead Dontre McLean of the Mustangs, and he is trying to take this one down the sideline. You're pulling on his jersey, hard to bring him down. He finally steps out. So that sets up his team on offense pretty darn good. Elijah Gales on the handoff. He's up the middle. He's in for 6. And the Mustangs are already stampeding early. They're up 7-0 at that point. We keep it with the Mustangs. Keyshawn Robinson dropping back to pass. He's finding Elijah Gales one more time. A nice move, getting to the sideline and crossing the goal line for 6 more. Make it 14-0 West Orange at that point, and why not a little bit more of Elijah Gales. Another handoff. This time he's going up the middle. Nice gang tackle by the Cardinals, but Gales would end up scoring again in this one. 21-0 at the half. We go to the final there, 42-0, and I just would not want to be playing the Mustangs.
That's right. You know, and it's just an unbelievable game. We're going to keep on moving on from there. West Orange Stark taking care of business. Hampshire Finette, they also take care of business. They knock off Liberty 34-14. Orangefield beating Hardin Jefferson 27-13. So, hey, time for math again. Ready?
Oh, gosh.
West Orange Stark, they are your number 1 seed. They were undefeated. That's easy. But due to the tiebreaker, Hampshire Finette will go in as the number 2 playoff seed, followed by Silsby, and then Orangefield drops to 4th, and now they have a date with Carthage in the first round.
Yeah, that is not ideal.
That is not
ideal.
That is not ideal. It's going to be a tough first round game there. And also, I believe, as Jasper sitting as a number 2 seed, they would take on the number 3. So I believe it could be Silsby Jasper.
That would
and
be a great
those
game.
are rivals right there. So how fun would that be to see them play in the playoffs?
So you mean to tell me it's only going to get better from here?
Oh, it's only going to get better. It's win or go home after this. Now, speaking of win or go home, the Kelly Bulldogs, they were at home taking on St. Pius. This was a former district rival, and look at all that gold all over the place. Kelly, they came out slinging it there, and it's picked going the other way. St. Pius with the interception, weaving through traffic before he is finally taken down. Pius has had one of the best private school programs for years, a little down this year, but they are still playing well tonight here in Beaumont against those former district rivals, the Kelly Bulldogs. Touchdown Panthers, and the extra point is up and good. Kelly now back with the ball. Handoff goes really nowhere. St. Pius's defense was all over them at this point. Pius would take a 14-7 lead in the break. Look at that, splitting the defense, getting knocked out of bounds. Big first down for the Panthers. SPX on the move, knocking on the door, and it looks like, yep, they got in there for a touchdown. The extra point was good again. And as we go ahead and take a look at the final, that's Roy Thomas Jenkins, by the way, slinging it out there. St. Pius knocks off Kelly 28-14. Kelly, though, I believe that ends their season at 6-4. An impressive season now out of the Kelly. They are in the TAPS Zone Football League. I'm not sure how the playoffs are working. It's kind of an independent rogue district, if you will. So Kelly's season looks to be over.
We keep things rolling. The highlight machine. It was a fun night in Evadale, and right off the bat, it's Ashen Shaw, the quarterback. He's going to hang on to this one himself. Changing field, getting over to the right side, and he's cutting it up 4-6. Rebels on the board early. And we go to the other side of the ball. Watch the hit here from Landon Hoke. He's stepping up. A wrestling move really there to bring down the quarterback. Nice defense for the Rebels, and this is, you got to show this, Ash. The cheerleaders, they're starting them young. The little tykes getting in on the action. Watch the moves, the cartwheels, and you might want to watch the right side of your screen. It gets a little mess up here, going for the split. Oh, no, but we're all right. We're back up. She's good. And we go back to the football. Ashton Shaw, he's going to pass it this time. I love the play design. Back over to Gary Farr. He's got plenty of room to work with. The big fella, the freshman, moving like a fridge down the field. Who's going to bring him down? Go ahead and try. And they actually do just before the goal line. Looks like a fumble there. Puts it down on the 1. And you got to give it to the big fella one more time to finish it on off. He's in for the score. So Farr gets his touchdown. 14-0 at that point for the Rebels. We go to the second quarter, and they're trying to add to their lead. The young guys having a good time out there. Shaw over the middle, finding Devin Terrell. Nice pickup there. Nice catch. But a bad snap a little later on doesn't help things. It becomes 4th and long on the goal, or in the red zone, I should say. And this 4th down play is not going to happen. Burkeville with some good defense before the half. So it stays 14-0 at the half. We'll check what the final is there. Evadale kept on rolling, 35-6 over Burkeville.
Also, speaking of rolling, Deweyville Pirates are rolling into the playoffs as the number 2 seed out of that district. They take it to High Island, 68-0. Holdays that is number 3 out of that district. Burkeville, they are going in as the number 4 playoff team. Other scores from tonight: Coleman Hill, they fall to Cushing, and I believe that's going to end their season. 40-14. The Bearcats taking it to the Bulldogs. Hate to see that.
It's a tough pick out of me there.
That's right. Chester, though, they end the year on a high note, take it to the Apple Springs Eagles, 41-0. And unfortunately, Legacy Christian, they come up against a really tough First Baptist team out of Pasadena. The final there was 77-12.
That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points, but I'm going to tell you, First Baptist is one of the best 6-man private schools you're going to see. So, Coach Stevens, Mitchell Stevens from Legacy, I got to give them all the credit in the world. They lost by that score tonight. I text them, no problem sending over the final, and I respect that so much.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to do that.
That's sportsmanship. Yeah, that's just respectable.
Respectable. Speaking of respectable, we got a lot of respectable teams in the 409, and we have some really good highlights. But right now it's time for our second time out. When we come back, we're going to recap a wild 409 Sports Blitz game of the week. Hello and welcome back to the 409 Sports Blitz. If you missed our highlights, my tongue's not working right now. I'm getting cold. I'm getting cold. I have the gloves on. The blood. I'm getting older. It's not pumping as
My
well.
hand is just stuck to the microphone. I can't let go of this microphone.
As I was trying to say, if you missed the 409 Sports Blitz highlights from earlier, the game of the week, you're just in time. It came down to the wire. Lumberton Vidor, 409 Sports Blitz game of the week. And folks, this was a great game. Packed house tonight. Fans were rolling in an hour and a half before kickoff. Lumberton with the ball early on, and they were slinging it. Lucas Powell to Brady Fusilier. 36 yards later, Lumberton has taken a 7-0 lead. Then Elisha Simmons going around the edge. Looks like he has nowhere to go, right? Wrong. Look at the balance. He stays in bounds, jukes out a defender, gets a nice block. He's into the end zone, 35 yards, and we are all square at 7 apiece. But Lumberton would fire right back. Powell, he's got Cade Harmon, a little crossing pattern over the middle for a big first down. Powell again, they did a great job of protecting him, especially in the first half, finding Fusilier over the top corner, end zone, 28 yards. That is a touchdown. Extra point was no good though. So it's 13-7. Here comes Vidor right back. It looks like they're about to take the lead as Dilly takes it in. That's a freshman, by the way. The Pirates are so beat up at running back. That's a freshman, but it was called back. No points. They would miss the field goal. So now Lumberton looking for a knockout blow, or at least they thought so at this point. Powell to Trey Kirsch, 43 yards. They take a 27 lead. In fact, they led 27-7, but all of a sudden Vidor is only down 27-21, and there goes Lane Wilhelm. He is into the house, and he is a hero to Vidorians all around the world. 28-27, Vidor is entering the playoffs as a #1 seed. They are co-district champions with LCM because the Battlin Bears, they win it 41-7. Vidor's first district championship of any type since 2016. LCM's first since 1994.
I mean, you saw the emotion, the excitement. You can go to your Twitter and see the video right at the end of the game. The players, the fans, everybody was so excited for this. Obviously, like you said, since 2016, first time to do it. But just the way it happened to come from behind and win it by 1 point, it was a perfect football game tonight.
Unbelievable. Down 20 in Lumberton. Hey, the season's not over yet. You're getting back up, dusting yourself off, going into the playoffs as a #3 seed. You can do some things as well, and we saw they can sling it. Now, if they can get that defense to start slowing them down a little bit in the second half, I'm not lying. The L train's got a chance to go a couple rounds at least.
Absolutely got a chance. And speaking of dusting yourself off, we had a player out here who's going to have to dust themselves off. We're going to the 409 Sports Blitz hit of the week. And it was over there in Evadale. It was a fun night, and it's Gary Farr. Ashley, he's a freshman coming up to make this hit.
Freshman.
We'll watch it one more time. He's like, is he hurt? No, he was fine. But, I mean, you had to wonder with this big hit, my Lord, laying the lumber. Gary Farr from Evadale with your hit of the week.
And welcome back to the 409 Sports Blitz. It has been a wild night out here, and seeing one of the wildest games, Letitia Cahay, how about her? She was out there watching Beaumont United, a team that we thought was left for dead. They win tonight. Hey, they're partying. They're going to the playoffs.
She is like the biggest Beaumont United fan out there. She's been at every game this year.
I think she has season tickets. Letitia, I mean, do you got maroon and gold, shirts in the house or anything?
I'm getting them made this weekend for the playoff push, guys. Getting them done. But this team, let me tell you, this team did not quit today. They knew what was on the line. They came in. They played well. They played hard. There was a little bit in the first quarter. It was tied 7-7. It was closer than they wanted. Second quarter, BU responded up 10-7. And it was just one of those things where they're like, okay, let's keep pushing. Then after halftime, Goose Creek came out and struck first, and we were like, oh boy, here we go. But then BU had the answer. BU put their head down, and they played through everything. Now, the fourth quarter, there was a wild sequence of events. It was insane. Jonathan Martin goes down after what appeared to be his ankle or his foot being stepped on. They fumble the ball. They turn it over. Goose Creek recovers and starts pushing down the field. Now, while they're doing that, lots of penalties that push them back, which prevented them essentially from scoring. Then Beaumont United with a 100-yard touchdown return. Refs looked at it again, said, nope, this is definitely a return. So, hey, we're good to go here. That put them up 24-14, and their coach just talked about how his team persevered today. Head coach Marcus Graham, listen to what he had to say after the game. Coach, this was the game you guys needed to get into the playoffs. How did you feel about tonight's game?
We persevered. We made it a little harder than what it was, but the kids kept their head down and kept grinding. Hats off to the defense for kind of bailing us out at the end, but we're going to take it. A win is a win. We're in the playoffs.
That's right. And Jonathan Martin went down at the end of the fourth quarter. What's his status right now?
We got a C right now. They'll get him evaluated, and then we'll kind of go from there.
And what did you see from your team that you liked tonight going into the playoffs?
Well, not putting our head down.
Again, head coach Marcus Graham on what his team needs to do moving forward. Congratulations to them tonight, though. They deserved it. Good win for the team.
All right, appreciate it. Letitia, sorry, we have reporters out all over the place. Letitia doing a great job as always out there, BISD Memorial Stadium. And Coach Graham being a little quiet, but I'm sure he is thrilled right now.
Yeah, a little humble there. You have to be. The turnaround, like we talked about earlier in the show, to come out so slow out the gates and then to turn it around on its head to make the playoffs. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that out of Beaumont United. It's still a young program.
It really is, and it shows a lot of maturity out of them that they did not just fold it up right then. When they started out district with 0-3, they lose to Baytown Sterling, a team that they would normally beat. They bounce back. They beat Galveston Ball. They beat Baytown Lee, and they take care of business tonight. Right now, it's time for another timeout, and it's time for the 409 Sports Blitz Play of the Week. And we're going to go out to Friendswood, and that is Port Arthur Memorial's Adrian Hayward. He is going to take it all the way through the defenders, refusing to go down. 41-yard touchdown. That's the 409 Sports Blitz Play of the Week. So hard to say goodbye. I'm starting to sing. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Did you hear that?
It's getting emotional out
I
here.
got a little emotional, yes. It is the final game of the regular season. It's playoff time for the 409 Sports Blitz.
It's emotional, but it's exciting at the same time.
It is. So I'm going to go sing some more Boys to Men into the break as you listen to the 409 Sports Blitz Band of the Week, the Band of Bands, the mighty Vidor Pirate Band.
Kaylee McCoy, Bella Pruitt, and Christine Rogers. Band lieutenants are Kendall Bassinger, Cameron Collier, Hunter Davis, Olivia McWhirter, and Jeremy Trinkle. First lieutenant for the band is Chesney Askew, and your band captain is Mr. Luke Prudhomme.